Alright, this is section 5 of the mock SAT taken September 10th. Number 1, Ms. Burrow teaches for 3.5 hours on each day that he is scheduled to teach. If he teaches D days per year, then which of the following expression is the total number of hours he teaches per year? Well, this is just simple. It's 3.5 per day. How many days does he work? Well, D days, so it's 3.5 D. Like I said, the first couple, 5 or 6, are always the easy ones. So, alright. If 3x is equal to 10 minus 2x, then 5x times 5x is equal to what? Alright, you don't really have to solve for x every single time. It's just, again, algebra manipulation. Move the 2x to the other side. So let's rewrite it. 3x is equal to 10 minus 2x. Move the 2x to the other side. You can be left with 5x is equal to 10. So 5x is 10. So you substitute that for 5x. So you get 10 times 10, which is 100. So E is 100. Number 3. Points P, Q, Q, R, S, T lie on the line in that order. If P, R is 6, so let's draw the line. It's P, Q, R, S, T. If PR is 6 and PQ is the same as QR, the same distance, RS, ST, then PT is what? Alright, so that means they're all the same space. So if QR is 6 and PQ and QR are the same, so it means it's 3 and 3. So how many 3s are there? There's 4. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 times 3 is 12. So the line, you have to draw the line, put them in order, and so pretty much saying each section is the same. So 2 sections is equal to 6. So each section is 3. So there's 4 sections, so it's 12. Number 4. I'm pretty sure most of you have never seen a problem like this, but it's pretty simple. Just B stands for is an integer and A is another integer. So 3 minus what gives you 1? Well, 3 minus 2 gives you 1. 8 minus what gives you 3? Well, 5. So A is 5, B is 2, so 5 times 2 is 10. Not that hard. It might look hard, but it's not. Number 5. If the absolute value of x minus 6 is equal to x squared, then x could equal which of the following? You can do this the algebra way, which is going to be kind of long. So like x minus 6, remember absolute value gives the negative and the positive of each. And then you have to do your algebra. Move this to the other side. You're left with x squared minus x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. And the other one, x squared minus x plus 6 is equal to 0. Alright, the roots for these two, it's x minus 3 times x plus 2. And then plus and minus 2. X minus 3 and x plus 2. Alright, so for the first one, x is equal to negative 3 and 2. And for the second one, x is equal to 3 and negative 2. Alright, well, you have to plug them in just to make sure it's right. So negative 3 minus 3. Negative 3 minus 6. Negative 3 minus 6 is negative 9. The absolute value of negative 9 is 9. Is negative 3 squared 9? Yes, so the answer is A. You plug in 2. Or 2 is not even an answer, so you ignore 2. 3 is an answer. 3 minus 6 is negative 3. Absolute value of negative 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9, so that's not the same. Alright, another way you can do it is just, if you're lazy, just plug in the answers. So you plug in A. Negative 3 minus 6, negative 9. Absolute value of 9 is 9. And so it gives you 9, so that works. Plug in negative 2. Negative 2 minus 6 is 8. Absolute value of that is 8. And that's not that. Plug in 3, you get negative 3. Absolute value of negative 3 is 3. Again. So you can plug them in if you want, but the answer is A. You can do the algebra way or the plugging in way. And for this case, the plugging in way might be a little bit faster. Number 6. The circle with center P shown has a circumference of 10 pi. Our circumference is equal to 2 pi r, or d, or diameter. So r is equal to 5, or the diameter is equal to 10. Alright, so the diameter is equal to 10. So it means from here to here, this is 10. And it says if xy is 6, so this is 6 right here, what is the area of the shaded region? Alright, so first thing, well, we have to find, obviously, what's the other area, or the other side, what's the other side? So this is a right triangle. This is 6 and a 10. So what is x? So this is, if you know, it's a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. So 3, 4, 5 right triangle, but and the multiples of a 3, 4, 5 are also true. So how you get 3 to 6 times 2? So this is 8, and that's 10. So this is 8. So this distance here is 8. You can also do Pythagoras theorem, but it'll be a little bit long. So it'll be 100 minus 36 is 64. Square root of 64 is 8, so I'll give you 8. Alright, so what is the area of the triangle? So remember, area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So this is your base, and this is your height. So it will be 6 times 8 divided by 2, which is 24. So this is 24. Alright, so now, we're just dealing with a semicircle here. Alright, so what is the area of a semicircle? Well, semicircle is just half a circle, so it's pi r squared divided by 2. Pi r squared, so we said r was 5, so it'd be 25 pi divided by 2. So to find the area of the shaded region, it's the area of the half circle minus the area of the triangle. So the area of the half circle is 25 pi divided by 2, and the area of the triangle is 24, so it'll be minus 24, and that is your answer. 25 pi divided by 2 minus 24. So again, to find the area of the shaded region, it's a half circle. You find the area of the half circle and you subtract the area of the triangle, and that'll give you the area of the shaded region. Alright, number 7. If j, k, l, m, v, and n are consecutive integers, and j is less than k, which is less than l, which is less than n, which is less than n, then what is the value of j plus n minus k plus m? Alright, so it says jk, yeah. So they're all consecutive integers. J is less than k, which is less than l, which is less than m. So obviously v will either have to be in front or at the end. So again, we'll make up numbers. So let's do 2, 3, 4, 5. This is j, k. This is j, k, l, m, n. And then v, I guess v is not even on here, so it doesn't really matter, because v can either be in front of the j or after the n. Alright, so it says what is j plus n minus k plus m? So j plus n, so it's 2 and 6 is 8, and then k plus m, 3 and 5 is also 8. You subtract them, you get 0. So the answer is 0. You have to make sure when you making up your numbers, you follow the rules. So the main rule is that they're consecutive, and j is less than k, which is less than l, which is less than m, which is less than n. So that's one thing you have to keep. You have to remember. So when we make up your numbers, you have to follow the rules, and then you just plug in any numbers you want that follow the rules, and then whatever answer you get should be the right answer. So the answer is 0. Number 8. If f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 4x minus 16, and g of x is x squared minus 3x minus 4, which of the following expression is for f of x divided by g of x? Alright, so right now we're going to divide polynomials. This is 2x squared minus 4x minus 16 divided by x squared minus 3x minus 4. Obviously, that's not going to be there. Alright, so let's break it up. Let's make it simple. So take out the 2 from the top. 2 times x squared minus 2x minus 8 divided by x squared minus 3x minus 4. Alright, now you have to factor. So the 2 stays here. What are the factors of 8, 4, and 2 of negative 8? So you make this negative. So it'll be x minus 4 times x plus 2 divided by, what gives you 4? 4 and 1. You need a negative 4, so you get negative 4. Alright. So it'll be x minus 4 divided by x plus 1. Alright. So what's going to cancel? Well, the only way to cancel is whatever is the top is the same as the bottom. So x minus 4 is canceled. So you're left with 2 times x plus 2 divided by x plus 1. Alright, so you distribute the 2. So you're left with 2x plus 4 divided by x plus 1. So the answer is D. Alright, now filling in the answers. A lot of y'all didn't fill out the answers the right way. Or some of y'all, one person even actually filled it out in the wrong section. Please try to read the rules. Make sure you fill it out the right way. It doesn't matter if you write the answer right, but if you bubble in wrong, that's going to count them wrong. So the most important thing is to bubble in correctly. Alright, number 9. A rectangle has a perimeter of 10. So remember, perimeter is you're adding all the sides. So let's draw a rectangle. Alright, if the lengths of the sides are all integer values, meaning they're whole numbers, so you're not going to have any fractions or decimals, what is one possible value for the area of the rectangle? Okay, so what is going to give you 10? So remember, 10 is 2L, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, and that has to equal to 10. Okay, so if L is 1, so the length is 1, then W has to be what? So that will give you 2 plus 2W is equal to 10. So W has to be 4. Right? So that gives you 10. So one possible area is 4. Alright, is that all of them? Let's see. 2L plus 2W is equal to 10. Let's see if L is 2. 2 and 2, that'll give you 4. So you're left with 6, so that has to be 3. So it's 5 and 5 gives you 10. Alright, so that's pretty much it. So then this volume is 6. So there's 2 possible areas, 4 and 6, based on the sides if they're integers. All right, number 10. If 5 times 10 to the 5th minus 4 times 10 to the 4th is equal to b times 10 to the 5th, what is the value of b? All right, this you just plug in your calculator. If you don't have one, you can just do it quickly. This means 5 and 5 zeros behind it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 4 and 4 zeros. So it's 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 zeros, and 4. Alright, 50 minus 4 is 46. So that's 46. And zeros. Alright, so we need b times 10 to the 5th. So now we have to move the decimal back 5 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So b is equal to 4.6. This is pretty simple. I hope y'all got that one right. Alright, number 11. Miranda picked apples with her friends. If Miranda picked 15 apples, according to the information in the graph above, what was the total number of apples picked? Alright, if Miranda's picked 15 apples. Alright, so she picked 30%. So Miranda picked 30% of all the apples. If 30% of x, or 0.3x, is equal to 15, then you have to find out how many apples were there in total. So you divide by 0.3, divide by 0.3, so x is equal to 50. Alright, so again, the pie graph means Miranda, of all the apples picked, Miranda picked 30% of it. If 30% of the apples is 15, so 0.3x is equal to 15, you gotta solve for x, and x turns out to be 50. Number 12, the graph of the function f and g are lines as shown above. For which value does f of x equal g of x? Alright, so when they equal each other is wherever they meet. So they meet right here. So at what x? Remember, x is this line here. So they meet at 2. So the answer is 2. Pretty simple. 13. Each face of the box is covered with a piece of decorated paper. If the box has dimensions shown in the figure above and no paper is wasted, what is the total area of paper in square inches needed to complete the job? So this is a surface area question. So surface area, you need to find surface area of the total surface area of the rectangular box. So remember, surface area means just the faces, the area of the faces you have. So you have two faces of each. You have 11 and 4. You have two of them. You have 4 and 6. You have two of those. You also have 11 and 6, the bottom and the tops. All right. So the first face, 4 times 11 is 44, but you have two of them. So I give you 88. Now 4 and 6, the front and the back. At the side, right side and left side. It'll be 24, but that's 2, so I give you 48. And now for the bottom and top, 11 and 6, that'll be 66. But times 2, give you 132. You add all those up and you get 268. So the total surface area of the box is 268. So again, you find the area of the front and the back, the left and the right, and the top and the bottom, and that's it. And you add them together. 14. Ronaldo is building a model car. He can choose up to 3 of the following accessories to enhance it: glow dark hubcaps, movable windshield wipers, smiling passengers. If he chooses at least one accessory, how many different group accessories can be chosen? So he needs to choose one. He can choose 1, he can choose 2, or he can choose 3. So if he chooses just 1, how many options does he have? So 3, choose 1. So he has 3 ways. He has 3, and then he has 3 things, and he has 2 things to choose from. How many possible combinations are there? There's another 3. If he has 3 things and he can choose 3 things from there, how many combinations are there? Well, you can only choose all 3 things one way. So that would be 1. So you have to add them together. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So the answer is 7. There's 7 different ways you can add. You can either get 3 different things, or 2 things 3 different ways, or 1 thing of all 3 things. All right, number 15. If a set of all possible integers less than 300 that are divisible by 3, and b is the set of all prime numbers, the intersection of a and b, set A and set B has how many elements? Okay. So 3 is everything divisible by 3. And then B is all the prime numbers. So remember, what is a prime number? So prime number is a number that cannot be divided by any other number except for itself and 1. All right. So set A is saying everything divisible by 3. Well, obviously, there's going to be no prime numbers in there because everything else is divided by 3. The only prime number that's there is 3 itself, because 3 divided by 3 is 1. And that's the only prime number, so there is 1. So again, a prime number means is a number that cannot be divided by any other number except by itself and 1. All right. So for set A, you're dividing everything by 3. So if you divide a number by 3, then it is not a prime number unless it is 3. So 3 is a prime number. So 3 is the only number that's in both sets. All right, number 16. Megan buys 2 sweaters that have been discounted by 20% from the regular price. If the regular price is less expensive, sweater is $25, and the second regular costs 40% more than the first, how much does Megan pay for the first, for the more expensive sweater? All right. So she pays $25 for the sweater, but it costs 40% more. So when it's 40% more, you're multiplying by 1.4, because it's 40% plus the initial cost. So instead of finding 40% and then adding 25 again, you just multiply by 1.4. So it says 1.4 is 35. All right, and then yes, 35. Okay. Then it says, how much does Megan pay for the more expensive sweater? Okay, sorry guys. Megan buys 2 sweaters that have each been discounted by 20%. So everything's been discounted by 20%. So the original, the other one was 40% more. which was $35. So the more expensive sweater is $35. But so you have to find 20%. So you have 20% off of that. So there's 25% of you're only paying. Sorry, you have 20% off of 35. So it means you're only paying 80%. So you multiply it by 80, and it's $28. So how much does Megan pay for the more expensive sweater? $28. All right, 17 is a pretty long one. Yeah. So the thing here, it's a little bit tricky. They switched the tables on you. That's the one thing you have to keep in mind. So jazz on this one, jazz and blues and folks are on this side, and then the second one they're opposites. All right. So it wants to know the total amount that Jack spent on CDs in 2004 is what percent greater than the total amount that he spent in 2002. All right. So we have to know how much he spent in 2004, 2002. So 2004. In 2004, he bought 25 jazz CDs, 12 blues CDs, 15 folk CDs. All right, and in 2004, the jazz CDs were 12, 10, and 12. All right. So in 2004, it will be 25 for the jazz. It's 25 of those, and they cost $12 times 12. And plus, he bought 12 blues, and they cost $10. So it will be 10 times 12 times 10. And he bought 15 folk, and the folk was $12. Okay, you add all those up, and that was 300 plus 120 plus 180. That's 3 is 3. So yeah, 300, 300, and 600. So that's 600 on 2004. Now, same thing for 2002. So for 2002, 2002 he bought 12 jazz CDs, 5 blues CDs, and 5 folk CDs. So there's 12 folk jazz, and each jazz one at 2002 was $10. And then he also bought 5 blues CDs, and then 2002 blues was $8. And then plus he bought 15 CDs of folk, and folk was also $8. So you add these up, it's 120 plus 40 plus 40. No, wait, not 40. Sorry, 15. 15 times 8 is that's 4 carry the 4, 120. Yeah. Okay. No, hold on. Sorry, it's 5. Sorry, he bought 5. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong graph again. So it's 5. He bought 5 folk CDs, and it was $8. So it'd be 5s and 4. That'd be 40. Yeah. All right. So 120 plus 40 is 200. So what percent greater than the total amount he spent in 2002? So you try to find the percentage increase. So it's be 600 minus 200 divided by 200. So that's 400 divided by 200. So you get 2. So that's 2, but it's really 200%. So they wanted in percent, so the percent increase was 200%. All right, number 18. Number 18 was pretty difficult. I don't think anybody answered number 18. All right, so V, which is the value, is equal to Q plus R minus 6 times Y minus 970, the whole thing squared. So this is a parabola. So this parabola is going to look something like this. Not like that, but something like that. All right. So it says, if the penny reached the lowest value in 1990, so lowest value in 1990 when it was 500, so 500 has to equal to Q plus R minus 6 times, so 1990 minus 1970 is 20, so it'll be 20 here, so it'll be 120. Squared. All right, since it said that is the lowest value, R, this means this has to be 0, so Q has to be the bottom number, the a vertex. So Q is 500 and R has to be 120. Because in order for it to be the bottom number, because everything else, so Q can only go, everything else can only go up. So Q has to be the lowest number, which is 500. So in order for Q to be 500, R has to be 120. So what is the painting of the value in 2000? So now we have our full equation, so which is V is equal to 500 plus R minus 6 times Y minus 1970, the whole thing squared. Alright, so it'll be 500 plus 120 minus 6 times, so what's 200 minus 1970 will be 30, the whole thing squared, so it's 500. 6 times 30 will be 180, so it's 500 plus negative 60 squared. 60 squared is 3600 plus 500 equals 4100.